Welcome. In this segment we'll be discussing what peer-reviewed articles are and how to find them. Peer-reviewed articles go through a special process where when someone submits something to be published to a peer-reviewed journal, the article actually goes out to scholars in the field so that they can review it and make sure that it's appropriate and up-to-date in that area of research. So hence, that article is called peer-reviewed. So it goes through that special review process. So a lot of times when you're going to college, you'll be asked by your faculty or your TAs, your teaching assistants, to find peer-reviewed articles. So let's talk about how you can find peer-reviewed articles. Here at SUNY ESF, and actually at many universities and even at public libraries, there are certain subscribed databases that will give you the option to just limit to peer-reviewed articles. We're going to talk about a handful of those databases, and then we'll show you how you can actually go in and search those databases. So the first database I want to talk about is EBSCO Academic Search Complete. This is a database that searches peer-reviewed articles, and it has over 8,500 full-text periodicals, of which more than 7,000 are peer-reviewed. So again, great database to search peer-reviewed articles. Another EBSCO database that searches peer-reviewed articles is the EBSCO Fish and Fisheries database. So there's different databases that search different subjects, and so depending on your subject, you'll have to pick the appropriate database and then make sure it has that option for peer-reviewed if that's what you're being asked for. So EBSCO Fish and Fisheries, again, it's searching peer-reviewed, but just information on fisheries, aquaculture, and aquatic biology. Again, EBSCO. EBSCO has another database about wildlife and ecology studies. This is a great database because it goes back to 1935, and it's one of the largest databases on information on mammals, birds, reptiles, and amphibians. Another company that has the option to just search peer-reviewed articles is called ProQuest. ProQuest has a couple databases that I'd like to point out. ProQuest has an aquatic sciences and fisheries database, and they have extensive information on the aquatic sciences. And then they also have an environmental sciences and pollution management database. So same company, different topic, and again it will search peer-reviewed articles for you. This is the description of the environmental sciences and pollution management database. And it has information from over 10,000 serials. And again, when you go in, you'll see that option for peer-reviewed. And ScienceDirect. ScienceDirect is a wonderful database, again searching peer-reviewed articles and having full text, and it has over 2,500 peer-reviewed journals and more than 11,000 books that you can search. The big question is, how do I get to these databases, and what does it look like when I go in to search peer-reviewed? So let's go into the Moon Library homepage, and we'll take a look to see how you access these. So from the Moon Library homepage, which is www.esf.edu/moonlib, we're going to go ahead and click on the option for e-journals and databases and take a look at a couple of these. So again, I'm at the Moon Library homepage. I'll zoom in here to show you where I'm going to click. There's the tab for e-journals and databases, and I'm going to click on that option to get into our e-journals and databases. When I'm in our e-journals and databases list, as I scroll through the name of databases, it's a bit overwhelming. But what I'm looking for which databases say, I search peer-reviewed articles. Or maybe a faculty or a teaching assistant or a librarian has recommended a database for you. If you're ever struggling with finding peer-reviewed articles, don't hesitate to ask for help because we'll know the right database to point you in the right direction. So let's go ahead and take a look and search one database, maybe two, to show you how the search results work for peer-reviewed. So let's go ahead and we'll go into one of the EBSCO databases. Here it says EBSCO Academic Search Complete, and it clearly says searches peer-reviewed articles, and there's a nice description of the database. So we'll go in and it's going to link us to that database, and then it's telling me again the name of the company and the database, and I'll just do a quick search for Adirondacks here. I'm doing a quick search to show you how many results I'll get back for Adirondacks. I got back about 2,000 results. You'll notice on the left-hand side of the screen there's an option to limit for peer-reviewed right over here on the side. scholarly peer-reviewed journals. And so let's watch what happens to those results after I check that off and update it. Now my results went from, let me actually zoom out here so you can see that my results went from over 2,000 down to about 300. So when I'm in that database, I'm getting a lot of information. A small amount of that information are peer-reviewed articles. So you can see the difference. So now I'm down to 332. I could take that and I could limit it to just full text. I could put in some more keywords, and I could get it down to a really manageable number. Let's go into a ProQuest database. Let's just show you a different interface. This was the EBSCO interface. Let's go back to the Moon Library homepage. And again, I'm going to eJournals and Databases, and I'm going to click on the link for full text journals and databases here. Again, it's going to open up this screen. Whatever library you're using, by the way, they should have a page that organizes their databases. And if it doesn't clearly say which ones have peer-reviewed journals, you definitely want to stop by the reference desk and ask the librarian, which databases do you have that search peer-reviewed journals? Or ask your faculty, which database is appropriate for me to search in to find my topic and to find peer-reviewed articles? Let's search one more database so you get a feel for this. We'll scroll on down and we'll look for the ProQuest ones. Again, there's the EBSCO ones. And we'll go further down, and there's our ProQuest databases. So there's a number of ProQuest databases. It'll clearly say if it searches peer-reviewed articles, and we'll go ahead and we'll go into a ProQuest database. It's going to take a moment to load the interface. It looks a little bit like EBSCO. EBSCO had a bit of a cleaner screen. This is the ProQuest one. They have the description of the database right there with some great graphics. Let's go ahead and type in Adirondacks again here and see what happens. Oops. Adirondacks. And again, I'm going to type it in without putting any limits on, just to show you how many results we get. 439 results. Now I'm going to press on that option for peer-reviewed. And most databases that have the peer-reviewed option will have it right up front so you can clearly see it. Let's click on peer-reviewed, and we'll search it again. We went from over 400 to about 200. And again, I'd take those results, I'd add in some more keywords, maybe I'd limit to just full text, and I have a manageable number of search results. So again, when you're searching for peer-reviewed articles, you want to make sure that you visit the Moon Library homepage, www.esf.edu/moonlib. You'll see the link to our databases, and look for the link for eJournals or databases. And then in those database descriptions, it'll tell you which ones search for peer-reviewed articles. At some point in your career when you're going to college, you'll be asked to find peer-reviewed articles. So it's good to know what they are, and it's good to know how to find them. I hope this information has been helpful to you. Good luck with your research. That's all for now. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.